Welcome back to the kitchen. We are going to make something I don't have a name for, but maybe cheesy cauliflower and chicken. Let's see how we go. I've got the cast iron pan heating. Again, you can use any kind of pan. It doesn't have to be cast iron. Not quite up to heat yet. Oh, that's okay. Don't need all of that oil right now. Get our oil spread out a bit. And first, well, you can see our ingredients here. But first what we want to do today is go in with some sliced mushrooms. The mushrooms will absorb some oil, but you really can't burn mushrooms. They kind of hit a point where they just don't break down anymore. You could also use shiitake, or pretty much any mushroom you like, I think. With shiitake, you probably want to get rid of this stem. They tend to be very woody and tough. It's not good texture in your mouth. So we can see that these are already really soaking up that oil. Of course, we're not level, so some of it flows down to this side. So we'll try to get everybody in there. Make sure everybody's coated. Gotta turn on my fan. Sorry for the noise of the fan. If I don't do that, then things get very dirty here. Okay. While those are going, I will put in just a little bit more fat because we're about to add some onions. We want to make sure that those have something to cook in. Get our peppers ready. Put in the onion and separate the little slices. This is just a half of an onion, one half of one onion sliced. The mushrooms, there were just 2 mushrooms. You can use as many as you want. If you don't like them, you can leave them out, but they add a nice umami element to the dish. If you are using non-stick, then do not use a metal spatula, use a wooden spatula. Oh, I love the smell of frying onions. Go up a little bit on the heat to about that much. So we're a little under medium. Since these onion slices are thin, they will cook quickly. We want to go ahead and add our red bell pepper and green peppers. In this case, piman. We do not want to cook them a lot. We only want to cook them a little. If they become mushy, it's not very good. We want them to still have some texture and some crunch. This is 2 kind of large piman, Japanese type of green pepper, with thinner walls than a, for example, American bell pepper. And about 2/3 of a red bell pepper. The seeds are taken out. It's almost kind of like maybe for sliced like julienne, like for shinjaoros or something like that. Let that hang out for a second. This is also very similar to the base for what is called Philly cheesesteak, Philadelphia cheesesteak. It uses peppers, onions, and mushrooms in many cases. Get everything ready. We will go ahead and add in 1 jalapeno. This time I took the seeds out. And just give that a mix and stir. This is 2 chicken thighs, fully cooked. I cooked them in the oven at 190 degrees for about 30 minutes. Make sure to use a thermometer and check the temperature at the thickest part before you consider them done. Now, we will remove this for a moment. Rirakuma. So a lot of these bowls are from when I worked in an office and got food from the convenience store next door. They had a point system, and when you had enough points, you could get a plate or a cup. I had a lot of points, so I have most of the dishes that you see that are not IKEA are Hello Kitty and Snoopy and Rirakuma. And those are all from Lawson. Actually started in Ohio. I did not know that. Lawson Station. We will add a little bit of fat in here. You can use less fat than I do. I am on a ketogenic diet, and fat is my friend right now. I will be sad when I have to cut it back out because bacon fat is very delicious. You just want to make sure it is non-stick. Get out of there, peppers. Next, we will add in our cauliflower. This is riced cauliflower, frozen. It is frozen. You can buy this at Costco. You can cut your own cauliflower. You could also use broccoli. I like this texture. We want to get this up to temperature and maybe a little bit of color. break up any chunks. Spread it out into an even layer. Now we will add pepper, as much as you like. Garlic powder. Again, all of these as much as you like. There's no set rule. I never saw a recipe for this. I just looked at my refrigerator a few days ago and noticed that I had all of these things and decided, well, let's throw them together. I thought it was good, so I thought I'll make it again and I will share it with all of you. Hope I'm not blocking my shot over there. If you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know, either with filming or vocabulary or my speed or my pronunciation. I am not making subtitles in any other language. We considered making Japanese subtitles, but I think it's better to practice with only the English subtitles. I am trying to use only certain words, so it should be easy to look them up. We're looking for a little bit of color. It's also important to taste your food as you cook. We seasoned this with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. There's some flavor from the bacon fat. Let's see how it tastes. Okay. I still taste the cauliflower. The salt's about right. We're going to add processed cheese, so I'll wait before I add any more salt. The pepper is perfect. I can taste a little bit of the garlic. Now add our chicken. And put in our vegetables again. We want to keep our vegetables crispy somewhat. So we took them out earlier. And now, let's add some cheese. This is Kraft processed cheese. This is also available at Costco. You could also use the sliced cheese from the supermarket, as long as it's an easily melting cheese. You could probably, if you're in Japan, use kitty cheese, but it'll be a little bit different since that is basically cream cheese. Cream cheese could also work. You can use different cheeses that don't melt as easily, but you may need to make a bechamel or sauce before instead of just using it whole. Finally, we'll take a lid and let it steam. And as always, we should be cleaning up while we have time. Today, unfortunately, my setup's a little badly positioned, so I won't be doing dishes. You'll mix the cheese in a little bit. We have turned it down all the way to the lowest so that it won't burn. We can already see that cheese melting so nicely. And sticking to everything. And we should just need another moment. We will be ready to eat. Not a Hello Kitty bowl this time. This is just an IKEA bowl. And for this I use chicken, but really you can use any kind of meat you like. I also considered putting bacon on top. Bacon is delicious. We just want to mix all this together, get the cheese distributed, the cheese spread out through everything. And if you don't like cauliflower very much, this is a good way to eat it because the cheese covers up almost any taste that it has. If you're on a low-calorie diet, this is not the food for you. Maybe cut out the bacon fat, use a lighter oil, and skip the cheese, and that'll be a lot more healthy. Mostly vegetables and chicken. You could also use chicken breast if you're afraid of calories and flavor. No, there are good ways to prepare chicken breast too. It just is a little more complicated and delicate. Chicken breast is easy to make dry and tough. It looks like we're ready. Oop, stay. Let's put a big old scoop of that in here. Put our lid back on. Turn off the heat. And let's have a bite. I'm not sure if that's the best angle. Maybe that angle.